to the Slip Slip Sis podcast. I'm Chaylee.
I'm Gabz.
And this is our YouTube channel where we share all about our crafting. We have actually quite more to show you than we planned on before. Some of us said, I don't have anything. Giant pile of things next to her right now. So you can find us on Instagram and Ravelry and Ribbler. All our information will be down below. We are coming to you from the Bay Area because I am up for some work stuff. Gabz has very kindly allowed me to stay with her. You know, sometimes hotels are nice. But
yeah, but she's here till Wednesday.
Woo! So since we have so much to show and a limited time before Gabz has to go work on her pizza dough, we're going to hop right in.
Okay, so we actually have a new design released.
Woo!
This is the Meadowlark cowl, which has actually been out on Ravelry for like a week, and I just told nobody about it because I forgot to do the Instagram post. But this is out of Knit Picks. I actually have the rest of the information here. Look at that. This is Knit Picks Muse fingering weight on Pizzazz hand painted. It is 423 yards, 100 grams. So Chaylee modeled it. Oopsies. Chaylee modeled it yesterday. It's more like it actually clings to your neck kind of cowl.
It's snug.
Instead of like the more, I guess it would say, fashion statement ones that are like, I don't know, I want to say floopy, but I don't want it to be a negative connotation of floopy, but I
flouncy.
I like cowls that like stick closer to your neck because for me, it always seemed weird that I was like trying to stay warm and then I would just go like this much of throat showing and then I've got a cold throat.
I like mine more bulky, I think.
I have a good bulky one too. Yeah. Store-bought from like Forever 21 like years ago.
When the infinity scarf thing was a thing.
So, but this is the gridlock pattern that I swiped for my sister that I really liked, but I did not want to make gridlock socks because Chaylee's made a lot of versions of those already. And she was like, oh, I'm tired of them. But it's a really fun pattern. And then in betweens, I just did a little seed stitch. So it's a super quick knit. It is one of those like good gift knits. You could do it in like a weekend situation. I was thinking I might make one for Gary's Knit the Rainbow.
Oh, lovely.
With some of my partial skeins. So this is the Meadowlark cowl. It's out on Ravelry.
Why is it named Meadowlark?
Well, see, here's what happened. It was summer. I decided to read all of the Little House on the Prairies. And then I thought I was like Ma Ingalls. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then I watched Sarah Plain and Tall.
Oh, wow.
And the second one is called Skylark. So yeah, I got all
wowie, wow.
And then I'm reading this, I just finished reading this really scary book, which is also about like the Midwest open prairie lands, which is called Lone Women, which I really, really liked, but it's mildly terrifying. Oh, golly. Yeah, it's like a historical fiction meets horror thriller, which are all the things that I like.
Oh, shoot, man.
What?
I think I forgot one of my whips.
Oh, no.
I'll get it later.
All right, so check this out and stay tuned. We will have a giveaway about this at the end of our episode today.
Are we doing any special coupon?
Nah.
Okay.
Oh, just kidding. Chaylee and I are Snack Shack sponsors for Pigskin Party, hosted by Boston Jen of Down Cellar Studios. Pigskin Party, I'm not super great with football. I don't think Chay's super great with football.
Do you have a fantasy football team?
Really, Chay, what are the stats?
We're okay.
Who's your quarterback?
A guy.
Who plays football?
Who plays football?
Yeah, we don't know anything. I was in the college marching band, so I knew when they scored touchdowns because the drum major put their arms up, and I was like, ah, fight song. And that's it. But Pigskin Party is like it coincides with the NFL season, and you get a certain amount of points for the amount of yards that you knit, which I think is like football too, because you want to gain yards to score touchdowns. But you have all these different kinds of sponsors. There's Pro Shop sponsors, and then Snack Shack sponsors, and we're a Snack Shack sponsor. So if you knit one of our patterns, when you enter whatever you make, you get extra points because you used one of our patterns.
Ooh.
And then the more points you get is the more times you're entered into like the drawings for the giveaways. I joined us, but really it's just Gabz doing things and I just take my sister's pictures because we're a team. We are on Team 1, which are the Tweed Tacklers.
I love that.
So
my fantasy football team name is called the Nitwits Reborn.
Oh, interesting.
Because we were the Nitwits last year, but you have to choose a different name. So this year we're Nitwits Reborn.
Oh, like Redux when people have to do that.
Yeah.
So you can still join. You can sign up. It's hosted mostly on Ravelry, but it's a combination of like Ravelry and like Google Form is really it. And there's a bunch of different Snack Shack and Pro Shop sponsors. So you should check it out. It's fun. I just have goals of getting the most points, but some people have like a gajillion points.
That's so cool.
So that's what we're doing because, you know, competition, but sports.
Woo.
So knit any of our patterns and a couple of our patterns are free. So then you could just.
They are? Oh, yeah.
Yes, they are.
Sorry.
Good job, Chuck.
I participate.
So FOs. I have one.
Me too.
Okay, you go first.
Oh, I go. All right. So my only FO, I'm very close on a couple other things, are our September sock swap socks. So I wanted to kind of like blitz them out as much as I could because I have a test knit that I am a part of, but I left that at home because I didn't have a lot of the yarn yet. So I wanted to be able to focus on that. So I finished our sock swap socks for September. The yarn, is totally falling out of my brain. Oh, it's junk yarn and it's called Evita is the colorway. So Gabz gave me this and the pattern is Socks for Dumbledore by the Crazy Sock Lady. So I'm really liking how this ribbing part is showing up here and then it's got like a fun little texture. Actually relatively easy to pick up. And so here you can see it from the front. Makes this really kind of fun looking ornate thing. It looks all fancy and cabley. There is actually no cables, which I think is awesome. So I'm really pleased with how these came out.
I haven't started mine. This is our disclaimer when we always talk about Harry Potter that we do not support J.K. Rowling and we are aware of her, I don't even know the phrase, not goodness. We are aware of it. This pattern was purchased before we knew that. So we now know that, and now we don't do those things. Because we don't support people like that. So, but I made my watermelon sweater. I don't get my other thing. Okay, I'm gonna talk about this. I made this watermelon sweater. It was originally supposed to be a Alpenglow shawl by Jennifer Matlock for Expression Fiber Arts, but I don't know, shawls weren't working out for me. Whatever happened, I didn't like it. It just wasn't going well. I was having trouble with the chart. I was having trouble with the stitch counts. It just wasn't my thing. So I was like, you know what? Forget it. So I made a Feel the Burn pattern, which is a free pattern by Boylan Knitworks, which is Caitlin Hunter. So I made this one and I think it looks so watermelon-y. Like I think what I wanted came through really clear. Like I don't think it could be really anything else other than a water. I mean, maybe strawberry, but like the fruitness came out. So the colors that I have are, the green is from Lady Dye Yarns, which was purchased before the whole Lady Dye Yarns thing blew up too. I used scrap yarn. I purchased nothing for this. Is Lady Dye Yarns from her Anne of Green Gables. Like it was like a 3 skein, like 50 gram set from 2020 my husband bought for me. So is this green. Then this like peachy color is Earl Grey Fiber Company. Then I kind of faded it in with Southern Skeins. She gave us a mini. And the black is almost Heisenberg, is that correct? From Breaking Yarn. The pink, this pink is Rebel Woolworks Peony, which it was the leftovers from when Chaley and I raced to make our outline tee. The pink is Lady Dye Yarn. This pink right here is Lady Dye Yarns. It's the third colorway in the Anne of Green Gables colorway set. This pink is more of the Southern Skeins. Then the red is Sagittarius Speckles from Mad Tosh, which I originally was going to make a hat for Lottie, but then Lottie was like, I like red. And I'm like, oh, well, because Lottie is a Sagittarius. She's our only not earth sign out of the 4 of us, because Daniel and Lenny are Capricorns and I'm a Taurus. but Lottie does what Lottie wants. And then this is the green. That is the rest of it. I think it turned out great. It's mostly color work. It's very heavy. I made the size 3. Did I swatch? Absolutely not. Does it fit me perfectly? Yes, it does. So you don't always have to swatch. Like, just wing it as you go. Like, I was just knitting along and I would try it on and be like, take it in a little bit. Add a couple more stitches, and it was perfectly fine, even with the color work charts. It's very heavy though.
It's quite warm.
It feels like kind of like armor. Like, I'm gonna wear it, but I'm gonna stay warm while I'm teaching in the wintertime. But I love it. I feel like it came out super great. It's very watermelon.
How fun.
Yeah. I really like Boylan Knitworks, how she does color work. It looks complicated and ornate, but it really is not hard at all. Like,
and imagine it keeps it kind of exciting too.
Yes. The only thing that made it kind of like wah, and this was my doing, was because I did fingering held double. So color work
is tricky
with fingering held double. If I had held it with just, if it had just been
regular
DK,
self,
it would have been fine. But I needed a heavier weight, but I didn't have enough DK scraps, and I really wanted to make this watermelon thing happen, and that shawl was just not.
Wasn't your journey.
No, and I played yarn chicken the whole time. I have like 10 grams left of all the scraps.
Excellent.
And I made it, and I didn't have to shorten anything or modify anything, so I felt that the yarn gods smiled upon me.
Yes,
and
they
I was
did.
supposed to make this exact thing because it worked.
Wonderful. That was it,
Yeah,
right? For the faux?
Yeah, I have 3-ish whip. Yeah, I got 3 whips.
I also believe I have 3.
Okay.
I'll do the one in my hands, I think.
Okay.
So for a while, I have been working on several, to be honest, scrappy blankets. And wow, that was so mean. Like, you don't have lots of languishing projects.
That was a zinger. Linguin.
You're so mean to me. Be supportive.
I gave you all. She thinks. Ask her where she got all her scraps for this.
Excuse me, not all of the scraps for this, just these end parts. Don't act like you're my crutch or anything. Like, so I've been working on this project that is a scrappy granny square blanket. This is one of them. I have one that is cool colors, so like blues and greens, purples, grays, and then another that I'm making that is all pinks. So this cool color one is for our grandma. I'm making it hopefully for her either birthday or Christmas. They're right next to each other, so I can just flip-flop. Whichever one I put into Christmas wrapping will become the Christmas present. So I have actually I had more squares than I thought I did, so I was feeling pretty accomplished. Also, this is our same grandma who's quite tiny. I will have an addendum section because I do have another FO and then some other acquisitions that I filmed when Gabz was with us for the San Diego Yarn Crawl. So I'll just sloop that onto the end. So you'll see the socks I made for Vubby, our grandma, her tiny little feet. So I wanted to make her a smaller, kind of more of a lap blanket. So I think I only need about 64 squares total. And if I remember correctly, I was at 32 when I left for this trip. So I'm
exactly halfway.
Exactly halfway. And then I had texted our dad to see if he had any scraps that I could use. And he did, which was awesome. And then Gabz so kindly let me use some of her scraps for this blankie as well. So I've been really working on this a lot because I don't want to have to take her scraps with me.
Because that would be painful to have
and
to
then
take
I have
full
to
skeins.
bring it back.
Yeah.
So that's right now it's housed in my sister's float tote that she's letting me borrow, which is a pattern by Nitty Natty. And so, oh, hello.
Maybe you could lay them out.
That's okay. I'm not going to talk about every single one of them because it's Dad's yarn, so I don't know.
In great detail.
But this is actually the leftover from my September socks, yes. So I'm going to put this one into my pink one because it's giving a lot more pink than it is blue, in my opinion.
That's what I thought. Because I was looking at them in the pile. I was like, oh, I didn't know we were
No,
so
I just
spicy.
figured I would use it while I was I was already crocheting them. So this will go into my pink blanket, which is for me. And then I have a bunch. So this one was Dad's. This one was Dad's.
I recognize those yarns either.
Did he only give me 3? That doesn't seem right. I felt like there were more. Oh, some were too heavy, but I know I have at least 2 that were our dad's yarn. And then these are all the ones from my sister. Okay, Gabs, what was this?
This was a yarn that I purchased. No, it's from Dragonhorn Yarn and Yarn Cafe Creations, one of their Harry Potter advents. It was the year 2 Chamber of Secrets. This is, ooh, I'm good at this one. Forbidden Fiber Company. It's from her 1920s collection.
Tommy gun?
It's either Model T or Tommy gun, and I'm not, because they're both gray. So this is a good teal. I think it's, I don't know.
I think it was for your shorts.
Yeah, I use it to make my shorts, but I don't remember. This is another good teal. This, I don't remember the colorway name, but it is Rebel Woolworks. It was when she was doing that Kickstarter. This is Destination Yarn, and it is, I think it's a funny word about more, I think it's a funny word about
more Tirith, whatever. It's the Tolkien collection.
Yeah. I want to say Tira's Lean, but that's
not
right.
right.
This is Earl Grey Fiber Company's from her Flora and Fauna Countdown that Shaylee designed the sock for, and I just got to reap the benefits. Did you 2 of them?
Oh no, this one is from Dad. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Did you have the same color?
We did.
Well, I guess I'll use the bigger one, right? Are they this? I don't think. Are they both Tommy gun?
I bet one's Model T and one's Tommy gun.
Oh, I guess I should have made it all the way. I'll decide later.
Awkward.
All right.
This is from Strychnine Yarns, and I think it's a one-of-a-kind, not mystery, but like a experiment. This is Stomping Grapes from Mandy's Makings. I'm on it. This is Vampire Queen from Forbidden Fiber Company when she was still Forbidden Woolery, and I bought it from the Yarn Over Trunk. This is my very first skein of indie dyed yarn I ever bought.
Woo, special.
See, I got that one.
So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish.
6.5.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 more.
So you're at 44, 20 more.
Pretty good.
And I've got some blue yarn that I hopefully will be done with, so then you can fill it in if you need to.
So my goal is to be done with these by, and I have more that I'm working on from you too.
Yeah,
so I'm not done with all your yarn. So I have another one.
Oh God, are you going to quiz me some more?
Sure.
Oh.
This one's in progress.
Oh, this is definitely Earl Grey Fiber Company, and I think it's the Caucus Race.
Okie dokes.
This is Junk Yarn, and it is Sabrina.
Excellent. So we have 2 more. So that would put me at, yeah, that would put me at 46.
Yes.
So pretty good. And I'm hoping to be done with these by October so I can piece that sucker together.
Okay, I'll do my piece blanket together then. I am working on a Battenberg, and then it's Shaylee's turn, and she's going to blow me out of the water on the colors because she's going to know all of them. This is the Battenberg, and most of the, I've made a good amount of progress on it. I'm clearly almost as close as my sister. I just need 194 squares, and I have 56.
Yours are a lot smaller, though, so it makes sense that you have to make more.
So, I have made some progress. This,
that's not actually mine.
No, this was mine, and then I gave it to Shaylee, and then she gave it back to me, and now I'm giving it back to Shaylee. This is for Forbidden Fiber Company's, last year's like Holiday Express box. So I'm trying to make 6 of all of them if I can. So I actually had 6 of these. This is the leftovers of the Sagittarius speckles from my watermelon one. I only was able to make 2. That's how close to the line I was.
Wowers.
On this. All right, Chay's got it. She knows these.
That's Hypnotic Yarn Pollen Party.
I have 6 of them.
That's Yarnaceous Fibers, Cozy and Roarin'.
I have 1 so far. And then I obtained the like Battenberg is like colored square, white, colored white. So I obtained the white, and this is all Woolstock worsted, but it kind of like it like reads like a DK. The color is Highland Fleece. It is, yeah, see color. Highland Fleece.
I think it's a color number, G.
Nah, it's because I've designed with it. This is like actually what I call it. Highland Fleece, and I have a bunch of skeins of this, and it's gonna be great. And look,
oh, those are so cute in there.
I don't really want to take them out, so let me see if I can do this for the camera. They're all tipped in here. Oh shoots,
Do you need help?
they're all in here.
Can I help you in some way?
You can kind of see them peeking through, but I got a good amount of those, and most of them are my sister's. So really, this is like my Chaley Memories blanket, but it's Battenberg by Sandra Paul. So I've actually made some good progress on it. I have 2 more skeins of, not even skeins, they're partial balls, of DK weight that Chaley gave me.
You do?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
One is, I think it's Breaking Blue.
No, Breaking Violet.
Breaking Violet, because it's a blue violet. And I'm not sure what the other one is. I don't remember what it looks like.
Oh, okay. Then
No, I don't remember. Otherwise, I would have
then.
described it
I
to you.
cannot help you. For me?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, Berry Pie.
Oh, yes. From her
My
labor
brioche
one
hat,
of Knit Killies.
which it says it's worsted, but it's feeling.
Was it reading?
It's feeling DK. It's
Sorry,
giving
my foot's asleep.
DK.
I can't
I
feel
love
it.
that you just kind of like walloped me.
No,
with
I
it a
can't
little
feel
bit.
to not wallop anybody.
Okay, well, I felt it.
Oh.
Alas, here we are. But go ahead.
That's it for my Battenberg. It's going to take me probably the better part of 2 years to do it because I'm really scared of all the ends that I haven't woven in.
Yeah, it's not her favorite thing to do.
No, I don't like it at all.
My next whip is actually for Knit Killie, our my third labor, the third labor of Knit Killies. This is the Hind Serenia challenge, which is called the do the impossible. So my method was attempt to make something knowing that I have all the wrong stuff, or all the stuff that feels wrong to me, or something that like she would too, that is like, it's gonna be fun, where I'm like, absolutely not. So what I am doing is I have a mystery amount of yarn, and I am making a DK sock knowing that this is sport weight yarn. So that all of those things make me hate myself.
I would absolutely do that. No.
Beautiful yarn. So like the yarn doesn't make me hate myself. This is Tangerine from Inspire a Mind. I don't know why I keep going for Imagine. But Inspire a Mind. I used this yarn for a different sweater project. If you want to know more about how this progress is going along, stay tuned for my video on my third labor of Knit Killies. I think it's okay.
Yeah, I think
it feels very festive, especially because I have my turkey lurking on it. So I am making these to donate or as a part of the Knit the Rainbow make-along.
I think he's calling it an
accessory drive that is hosted by Gary Knits, Gary Rides, and it is a drive for items for folks to benefit from Knit the Rainbow, correct? Which is a foundation for LGBT plus youth in New York or Detroit?
New York, Chicago, and Detroit.
Excellent. So these are all items that will go towards keeping folks warm, especially as we get into colder months, and especially in those areas.
Yeah,
where it gets a lot colder. Winter. I don't even know what that's like. So Gary is hosting this accessory drive where if you make certain different items, you can get different points for it. So all of the things basically that aren't like already spoken for I'm making this fall to go towards that because it started September 1st and runs through December.
I think it might be November 30th maybe.
Makes
or December
sense.
15th. I think
because you have to send it in, right?
Yes. And they're hoping to, he said, like initially he said like collect all the things and send it once, but if you're able to do it like sooner, because it's getting colder already. Like,
right.
Because November is cold, right? And if everyone waits till November 30th, it doesn't get there till December 15th and then process, the whole thing. But we're super fortunate. If you want to do this too, check it out. check out to see if your local yarn store is a drop-off location, because then you don't have to mail all the stuff, which could get kind of cost prohibitive in some things. So our local yarn store, or mine, which is Fillory in San Jose, is a drop-off location. So I am collecting all of the things, because have I contributed to this at all? No. Have I assigned my sister and dad to make all the things because I want to win all the points? Yes. I'm gonna work on it. I'll get there. I'll get there.
So hopefully those will be done this coming week.
Excellent. My turn. So I don't even know. I just wanted this. I've been influenced, and I have the Juicy Couture velour yarn because I'm a millennial. And I really liked, Juicy Couture was a big thing in San Leandro.
I really wanted a Juicy Couture tracksuit.
Yeah. So
I told you they had them at Sam's Club, but
not
they didn't have my size. Yeah. Only in hot pink. And I was like, I'm not that fly.
Yeah, black or gray. Gray could have been okay.
I don't think they had a gray option. I think it was navy blue, which also would have been fine. Okay. But the issue was the pants weren't drawstring pants. They were like just the band.
So then the size is the size.
I needed like a medium, and they only had like L or XL, which normally I'm like, whatever.
Or just drawstring that baby
and drawstring it, but it didn't have that option.
Bummer. So don't worry, I'm not making a tracksuit, which is something Gabz would do.
Okay, that would be sick though.
Okay. I did consider it. I strongly considered making a tracksuit, but I thought my butt would be really hot because it's acrylic. It's 100%
Maybe you could
polyester.
make like shorts though instead, like just the shorts and the hoodie.
So I am having thoughts about that, but I hope someone else designs it so I can just jump on. This is the green. Is called Super Greens, which I thought was a very millennial thing too, because it's all about like, you know how we, you know.
I told you it looked like kale.
It does. She was like, it looks like kale. I'm like, I know, it's called Super Greens. So I am making the Fairweather pattern by Pip and Pin. And
look at that.
It's really like, it's got a cute cable. It's really nice. It's going to be beautiful. Like, I put it on my skin and I'm like, this is a good color. It's going to look nice. It's going to be so cozy. Okay, so here's the thing. Gabz did what Gabz wanted to do. That's probably where my daughter gets it from. Lenny does what Lenny wants. The Juicy Couture line of yarn is a bulky weight yarn. The pattern is a fingering weight pattern. One of these things is not like the other. But that's okay, because I'm decently good at math, and my husband's very good at Excel. So what I'm doing is I'm making the extra, extra small size. I'm not an extra, extra small. I'm a medium. And then I'm kind of just adjusting for the neckline, and it's turning out fine. Because it's just casting on it's going to be oversized, almost like this, but even more. But this, actually, what I'm wearing is the shape of the thing. It's going to be, it's a V-neck with, like long sleeve sleeves with like a decent amount of like ease. These are like mock dolman sleeves, but yeah, it's a drop shoulder. So I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be super fun, but I'm also really over knitting flat, which is why I haven't done anything, because I had a design that I had to do an excessive amount of knitting flat. This is the design for Blue Sky that's coming out in 2024 that I can't really tell you any more about, which is exciting, but it was a lot of knitting flat.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
Okay, I have one more whip. This is in my bag from Fate's Thread, my takeout bag. And these are another pair of socks. These are like my travel socks. So I work on these on the plane or in between my visits that I have to do. And these are another pair for the Knit the Rainbow accessory drive. These are also, I'm going to enter them into, they almost look like computer, like pixelation.
Oh yeah.
From here, like if you like look like that. So these are
like a test print.
What?
Like when you test your printer.
Oh yes. I was like, what are you talking about?
Like when you test your printer to make sure you installed your color ink correctly, and it does like the different colors.
Okay, Gabz. So I am making these, oopsie, also because the Crazy Sock Lady is hosting the Crazy Spooky Make Along, and so anything that's like autumnal or spooky themed, you can enter those. I think she's exclusively running on Instagram, so like, but it's also like a participatory make along, so you don't even have to finish the thing. You could like just post this and it would enter you.
Amazing.
So this part, the main color is Autumn Ombre by Gem State Yarns, and then the contrast that I'm doing, I will eventually cut in the heel for this, is Fold in the Cheese, which is from Earl Grey Fiber Company's Knitflix and Chill Advent. So I have finished one tube, and I actually have some pretty good progress on the other team. This one's coming out a little funny.
Oh yeah,
because it's kind of just flooping that way.
Makes me think of that. What's that song? Like a mullet, business in the front,
party in the back. So I'm thinking that I will make this part the front, right? Because then the colors will show in the front. So I would cut in the heel into the white. I don't know what happened because I didn't change needles or anything. And I don't think my gauge changed significantly, so.
She has been working on this one while she's been with my kids, so she might be stressed.
No, I've been working on that orange thing.
Oh, yeah.
So these are super cute. So I've been really, really enjoying these, and hopefully we'll have those done soon.
All right, my last whip. This is my last Steekling that I'm making. This is Universal Yarns Offbeat yarn, and the colorway is Flower Power. This is the fourth version of Steekling. I made one for my daughter Eleanor, one for my daughter Charlotte. I made kind of like a test knit one for myself, and now this is the one, because I'm doing like for me it's mommy and me, but for anyone like adult and child.
Mini.
Yeah, it's me and mini me. Oh, that's a good. It's me and mini me Steeklings, because I have the Steekling pattern that I've already written up and is published, and then I have Grown Up Steekling, which is this, and it's coming out really cute. Like, I like the color. I'm liking the stripes. I really like the stripes, and now I'm working on the sleeves, but I'm trying to line up the colors on the sleeves, and it's a pain in the butt, but that's okay. They look really cute because I lined up the colors for Lottie and Lenny's, and they came out great. My labor number 4 for the labors of Knit Killies is to steek all of these buddies. So I have 4 sweaters that I must steek, and then stay tuned for the test knit call for my Grown Up Steekling, which sound great. I grade the patterns myself, so
you got it.
It's a lot, but I am fortunate that I have a bunch of high schoolers who are different sizes, so I make them try stuff on. Because I'm like,
help.
Yeah, because I only have one. I'm only one size. So that's helpful, but still it's tricky. Grading all of the sizes I find to be challenging.
And there's like bound to be a mistake.
Yeah.
Right? That's the beauty of the test knit. So do you want to switch off on acquisitions, or should I just go and then you just go?
You can go.
Okay. So this is actually a collective acquisition, but Gabz's is elsewhere. So Gabz found that Lolo Did It was doing a fundraiser for support for folks affected by the fires, pardon me, in Maui. And so my sister, my dad, and I all participated in this. Mostly our dad bought it for us. So we all got DK of the Helping Hippos Maui colorway, and I think this is sick.
I like that.
I really, really like this colorway.
Show this yellow bit. That's beautiful.
Okay. Look at that speckers.
Mine's more, I think mine's more purples and pinks.
Yeah. I really, really like it. So I am excited. Dad gave me mine, and he has his too. Gabz has hers. So this is really exciting, and I'll probably make myself, probably might hold on to these because I'm really wanting to focus now on doing first autumnal things and stuff for Knit the Rainbow.
Maybe we could knit them while we're on our Hawaiian family vacation.
Oh, that sounds
like
fun.
The 3 we all bring.
Well, Daddy's making hats for Steve and Kathy out of his.
JK, never mind. Well,
you and I can. I'll wait for you.
Thank you.
I got you, pal.
Okay.
And then the other thing that I got is I found out on one of my visits, it was like one of my schools I was visiting was right next to Firebird Yarns in San Francisco, and I was so excited. I was already running late for it because traffic in the city was kind of a bumful. I think I meant the word bumble, but that's not what came out of my mouth. So I like got so excited. I found parking and I rushed out of the car to Firebird Yarns, and it was like about a block and a half away from where I had parked. And I was like on the right block, like a couple stores down from where I needed to get to the shop. And then I was like, did you pay for the parking?
Oh no.
And I was like, no, but I didn't have enough time to go back to the car to pay for the parking, to go back to Firebird Yarns, to then get to the school, because it was kind of like all in like block radiuses. So like this was the car, this was Firebird Yarns, and this was the school over here. So I like
this is why we do 10K training,
to the yarn store, and then I like looked around really fast. It was beautiful. I wanted to touch so many more things and spend a lot more time, but I didn't have the time, and I wasn't gonna have time afterwards either, because I had a school visit, also another one that I only had like 20-30 minutes to get to in San Francisco, but I was able to obviously get some great items. So the first item I found was this super cute, which I also think was is like the millennial in me, because you know those squishy like sea cucumber things. And so I got one of these, which
is it a notions pouch? Yeah. Ooh, that's nifty.
I think it's so awesome. So I'm really excited to have this. I think the company is Electric Bubblegum, but cool. I got it at Firebird Yarn. And then the other thing I got, because I saw this, I was checking out, I'm like, these are funny. They call them their pinup guys, or their pinup knitters. So I got this guy, which I'm going to put on my knitting water bottle, because I think it's funny.
Kind of gives Jason Momoa vibes.
It is giving Jason Momoa vibes. And I had sent my sister a picture of it because I was just so excited. I wanted her to be surprised, but then obviously couldn't contain it.
She's like, can I show you? And I was like, is it one of those naked guys?
And I'm like, yes, it is. And then I sent it to her, and she was like, that's the one I imagined you would pick. And I'm like, well, this is the man I would pick in real life, so it makes sense. So I loved it. I would definitely go back. And honestly, as a Bay Area girl, like I respect the city for all the amazing things that it has. It's just the parking is, as you can see by my woes, is just oftentimes so tricky that it's like,
yeah, it's not. But this,
I would go back.
Firebird's not that BARTable either.
No, so you kind of do have to drive, or you take Muni and then get there. But I had no problem. I would have no problem going back.
So if you're doing the Bay Area yarn crawl, definitely do Firebird then.
Yeah, I really like. They had a great selection, some that I was familiar with and some that I didn't know so well, which was exciting. And I think I'm definitely in a stage where I love those like really bright, vibrant, and vivid colors. And that was like a whole wall of them. And I was like, add to cart on every single one of them. I didn't, obviously.
You didn't have a bunch of time.
I know, because I touched so many things.
We always got in trouble in the store, at least I did with Mom, when we touch everything.
It was awesome. It was like, I was like, even asked the person, I'm like, can I take a picture of my sister? And like, I'm so excited. So we got to go back, because I really liked it.
I have a bunch of acquisitions. Mine, a couple of them are from D-Stash for Good. So I got this crazy bright yellow.
It looks like caution tape.
A little bit. It's called 2 Spots, and it is, I know, I was like, it is Lady Dye yarn, and I think it's very early in her dyeing journey, because the label, almost all of it's handwritten, like even the logo bit was like, you know what I mean, like you can tell that it was like newish in the journey. It didn't come to me this mangled. I had to wash it because of cats, and I did not felt this one because I was very careful this time. Oh, I felt it 4 skeins of yarn recently, so I'm being more careful about it. This is bound for socks for Knit the Rainbow is my plan.
Those are going to be really fun.
Well, because I thought about hat, but then I thought that would be insane on your head. I also got these 2 beautiful skeins.
I really like those Gabz.
From, this is also D-Stash for Good. This is Why Not Fibers, and it is 100% superwash merino. And the colorway is Activate, a Fandom Fibers color. So it's 2, and I just like all the different colors. Like it's got some black and white.
That part makes me think of Cruella de Vil.
It does. But then it's got pinks and purples. So I'm really excited for it. I think it's probably going to turn into some kind of sweater for me, because in my head I was like, a shawl. No, I don't make those.
Aren't you doing the
I'm going to do the MCal, but
yeah.
I think that's because it's the mystery part is why I'm able to get it done.
Oh, it's spicy.
Yeah. Which we'll have videos on it. And then Shaylee and I went to Joann and I got 2 more things for Knit the Rainbow to knit. I attempted to crank this one on my circular sock machine, but it was too thick.
Yeah, it didn't go super hard.
Yeah, I know, it went kind of terrible, but that's okay. They're both big twists. They are both 100% anti-pilling acrylic. I'm going to make socks out of both of them. This rainbow one is called Inclusivity. And it is 200 yards, so I think it'll be perfect. Rainbow socks. For Knit the Rainbow, they requested to not do rainbows for hats, right? Because that's kind of calls attention to yourself, right? But for socks, I figured it'd be okay because it'd be in your shoes and you're wearing pants in the wintertime, realistically, anyway, especially if you're in those cities like Detroit, Chicago, and it's quite chilly, so you'll be kind of covered up. And then this one is called Life. The tag. So this one was called Life. I picked this one because it, to me, it looks like the colors of the trans flag. And this one looks like the pride flag. So I was like, oh, these will be great. And I like self-striping. I'm really in a self-striping kick, which Kimber's Cozy Creations and Jessalyn and Happy Little Yarn and Always Yarn First are doing a stripe along for October. Yes, so I think I'm going to jump in on that. Also, Megan of Penny Moon says she's going to do one of her another thick is spelled with 2 C's when she spells it like thick sock challenge, like, you know. She thick. Sock challenge next weekend, so I'm going to try and bust these 2 out then. Because I'm trying to knit my acquisitions as I get them. Instead of just, I got this and took it in the stash forever. That's the goal.
Some of us have a different approach.
Yes.
I got so bored while we were waiting for our boba yesterday. I ordered some yarn.
She was waiting for like 10 whole minutes in the boba.
I think I ordered it though like 2 minutes into waiting for the boba.
I think you saw, you're like, oh, there's going to be a line. Might as well let your time.
I have to wait.
What did you order though, Jay?
Excellent question. So I ordered the Barbie Goes to Dallas colorway from Whimsy Stitches. It's, I think, the show colorway for DFW, the Dallas Fort Worth. Is it Fiber Festival?
I thought it was Dallas Fiber Works.
Oh, I just assumed DFW meant like Dallas Fort Worth.
I thought it was like a double.
Oh, because DFW is like the area.
I don't know. We don't know. We
really want to go though, because it looks awesome.
Yeah, it does.
And some of our faves people are there, and so I would really like to go to that one. But it's strictly in the fall, which is not always a great time for us. So there's that. And I ordered that, and then I also ordered from Junk Yarn the You Can Never Have Kenuff yarn, which is like the play on like the Barbie, like I am Kenuff. So if you've seen Barbie, kind of makes sense, but you also might have seen the memes and stuff on social media. I loved the Barbie movie. I think I saw it, I want to say thrice, so that I think at least twice for sure. Loved the Barbie movie. So I also loved Barbie, so I feel like it's a through line. It's not just me jumping on the trending wave. Like, I loved playing my Barbies, and like the Kate McKinnon's character is Weird Barbie, and all of my Barbies look like Weird Barbie because I absolutely colored on them and cut their hair. So I feel like that really resonated with me from the Barbie movie, because I was like, oh, me too.
This is why I should get to play with my Barbies.
Yeah, so I had a lot of Weird Barbies, which was awesome. So I definitely jumped on all of the Barbie things. Loved it. Love it, love it, love it. I think I have some other things coming in the mail. Like I ordered something from Plank and Stella. Technically, this is where the girl math comes in, is I ordered it in like July. So I paid the money back then, and it's just shipping because it's like a Halloween mystery color. So it's basically free because money's gone.
You already paid off that credit card.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's free. Free yarn. It's a surprise. So I have that. My yarn for my test knits waiting for me at home.
Yeah,
I feel like there's one more thing.
And just your Yarnable, but that's not like...
Oh yeah, that's coming. That'll come towards end of September. I feel like there's something else I ordered. No, I didn't order those stitch markers. Okay, yeah, but that's it. So news
And the giveaway winner.
And the giveaway winner. Maybe giveaway winner and then news.
Yeah. Okay, so last podcast, which I think was 2 weeks ago, we did a giveaway for 4 skeins of yarn that I used to make the Maple Grove vest, which is a pattern that is published by Blue Sky Fibers, which I designed this January, I guess, but it feels like a long time ago. And we have the winner, whose name I forgot, and it is Sarah Warmwool 9284. So congratulations, Sarah. If you will email us with your address, I will pop that in the mail. Also check out the pattern on Ravelry and on Blue Sky Fibers website. So that should be great with that. We do have another giveaway, but we'll do news first and then our last giveaway.
You can just do it now.
All right. So for my Meadowlark cowl, I have...
Oh, you got it.
I have another skein of yarn. It's the same.
The pizzazz.
So you can use it to make a Meadowlark cowl or whatever the heck you want to make. Honestly, you could probably make this and a pair of smaller socks, depending on your size. Like I could make full-size socks because I have small feet, but you could make definitely shorties if you have like larger feet. So it would be great. So if you want to win this skein, what should they have to do? Oh, I have it. Because I thought I was Laura Ingalls Wilder.
Oh, God.
Tell me your favorite book. I love books. Books for my friends.
This isn't my favorite book, but the first one that came to mind is Magic Tree House.
Yeah, I like Magic
So I
Tree
wonder
House.
if it's like, that's just like my favorite series from when I was younger.
Yeah, it also does, it could be like your favorite childhood book. Like I'm a big Anna Green Gables fan. I love A Long Way from Chicago by Richard Peck.
You love that
I love that. I love
one.
Catherine Called Birdie.
She reads that one heck of time.
My Catherine Called Birdie, that's by Karen Cushman. I love it so much. The cover's not on that book anymore.
Yeah.
And like the binding where it has the name doesn't have that anymore. I know it's Catherine Called Birdie. So books like that you just...
Your comfort book.
Yeah.
Our book series. Do I have one? I really liked my picture books. Like I have comfort picture books known as Ling Li and the Phoenix Fairy.
Oh, you love that
Ling
book.
Li and the
Phoenix Fairy.
Oh, that was awesome.
The illustrations of that were beautiful.
It's really good. It's really good.
So
I really like
it could be your current favorite book, or it could be a current book that you love from childhood that you would go back and reread, and it's got like almost like a nostalgia read. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't have one, read Catherine Called Birdie because it's awesome. Oh, it's also it's a show. It's a movie now.
I don't know if you want to watch it. I don't know. She can't watch it.
I don't know if I can. I think it might break my heart. But we were talking about how Holes.
Yeah, we really liked Holes, both cinema and text.
Yes, that was good.
That's a goodie.
It's one of the only ones that I feel like was really consistent with the book.
Yeah,
it captured what you loved about the book.
Yeah. So news. Well, we participated. I really should look up this name, but we're filming on my phone, so I can't look it up in my email from our dad. We participated as a family in a virtual race-ish thing, again to support I think it was some of like the relief or the
I think it was
funds.
Maui Food Bank.
I think it was Maui Food Bank. Again, for the folks impacted by the fires in Maui. So you could choose your distance. So our dad chose 30 miles on a bike. Our mom did a 5K, and then we did the 10K. And I didn't realize, or we didn't realize, that it was actually a race amongst all people participating.
We just raced our parents.
We raced our parents, because
but they're our parents, so we should hopefully.
We also let them go. I think it was strategic of us that they went first.
Oh yeah, I said nothing.
Because then we could figure out the time. Because then we were having this whole discussion on like collective time. We just like we all have to do our respective distances in a certain time. So Dad went first and did his bike ride, and I think it took him about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Hour and a half, and then Mom did the 5K, and it took her 2 hours. Which she did also, after one loop, stopped to drop off the dog because the dog got tired. Loop 2, she had to pee. And I think on loop 3, she found her friend. So 2 hours for her 5K. And then we ran our 10K yesterday, and I came in at an hour and 12 minutes, and Gabz came in an hour and 20, so we whooped them. If you learn anything from the podcast, we whooped them.
But running is something I do not compete with Chaylee for. I just have to...
distance running. You're a faster sprinter than I am.
I try to make a respectable showing. Like 8 minutes behind is not that... Okay, plus I stopped to take a picture and then I saw a duck. So... Because I didn't know... Like, I knew I had to keep a good pace and I knew where Dad was. So I knew I needed to come... I just need to come in second, right? So I had to keep a good pace. And I was like, I got time for this duck. I got time for this picture. And then we told Dad our time. He's like, oh, 14th and 18th place. And I'm like, what?
Of what? So we placed 14th and 18th.
Because in my head I was like, nah, first and second, y'all.
You can place in your distance. So we placed 14th and 18th, which I think is actually pretty good. I don't know out of how many.
Hopefully it's not out of 18.
That would be 19, probably out of 19. You're probably faster than one person.
I ran it. Like, I didn't walk.
You didn't stop. Yeah.
Except to take a picture of that duck.
Right. Well, I got up to my sister's house, which is on a hill, and then I got my time, you know, like caught my breath, and then started walking down the hill. And I walked down another part of the hill, and that's when I started to get worried, because I was like, I don't see her. I was like, I literally had my hand in my pocket to like pick out the phone to call her husband to be like, where is she?
Because there's a GPS track on my phone.
Instead of calling her, because she's kind of useless sometimes.
I watch Gary Knit's Gary Rides while I ride.
But then I saw her rounding the corner, but she was like really focused. So she was like in her zone. And so I like popped out from the bushes and I was like, hey, Gabz! She's like... So then we ran up the rest. But we ran to when she got to 6.2. And then we were done. We're hanging out for a bit. You'll come down for a trip to Southern California soon. Where we get to hang out again. I'll come back to the Bay. I'm seeing Ed Sheeran with my friend next weekend. And I guess my other big thing is, which I don't think I said, is that I have officially signed up to run a half marathon in December. So I am training for that.
Yeah, I not do that. Okay. I will. I have to get it together, but December is not a thing for me to try to do anything in December is no plans. Just no plans for December. Too many things. I think our upcoming videos are Chaylee's Labor 3,
number 3,
my Labor 4. Then we're starting Vlogtober.
Yes, we will be doing Vlogtober, and we'll be switching off for each of the days. So Gabz has odds and I have evens. Yeah.
See, like how there's 31 days in October.
It's your idea.
Yeah, it's fine.
Because you have a more exciting October 1st than I do because I have to work.
Yeah, and I might have more things I can show for the Halloween because of the girls and that kind of stuff.
Yep.
So that's what's happening. I did not do good on Vlogtober last year, but hopefully this year with like the break with like a day catch up, it may be better. But we haven't decided how we're doing it. Like if I'm going to film September 30th, and that's like, I haven't figured out how I'm going to do it. I don't know yet because we're in SoCal.
I think that's what we're doing. Like you would film whatever October 1st is on October 1st and then post it on the 2nd.
Okay.
And then we'll film something on the 30th because we're actually together, and that will kick off Vlogtober on October 1 because I think that's how I do Vlogmas. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
This was a long one.
Don't forget to enter into the giveaway. And then if you were the giveaway winner, make sure you send us an email with your information. We will see you all very soon. Bye-bye. Okay, so this is our podcast addendum video, which is actually filmed in the past because I'm filming this before I come up to do the podcast episode for the trip with my sister, but she is here.
So like and subscribe because we're all using our hair.
So, but also if you haven't seen our San Diego yarn crawl video, check that out. But I do have an FO as well as a couple acquisitions. I just didn't feel like traveling them up with me, so we're gonna show them now. And the first is these wonderful socceroonies, which I knit up for our grandma for Christmas. She has the tiniest feet in the entire world. She's a 5.5.
Smaller than
and
mine.
These are DK, so these took like literal 2 seconds to knit up. I think they're super cute, super cozy, which is on brand because the yarn is called Cozy and Roarin' from Yarnaceous Fibers. So love these. I did the vanilla DK socks. I've always been doing 2x2 ribbing and like maybe 15 rows of foot.
15? Like 1-5?
1-5. 1-5. So
oh my god,
worked out pretty good for our Vubby. That is our grandma. And then I did get one more thing in the mail. This is another item that I won, or I was the high bid on for Destash for Good. And so I got this awesome DK weight as well. It is from Asylum Fibers. You can see their logo there. And the color is called Chaos 31. So we don't know if there's a Chaos 1 through 30, but I like it. And
I do too.
It is a sport/DK, 100% superwash merino, 274 yards. So I think this will be a wonderful pair of DK socks, either for myself or for the Knit the Rainbow
accessory drive.
Accessory drive, thank you, that we are participating in. And then the other item that I have acquired, I had forgotten about because I ordered it a while ago. This is something from Tiddly Bakes. Tiddly? Tiddly.
It's late, y'all.
Tiddly? Well,
she's just gonna keep saying that until I stop her.
Here you go. This is their logo here. That's Kayla, who is the owner and...
What's the shop called?
Tiddly? I think Tiddly is correct. How do you pronounce it? How do you pronounce this word? Tiddly. Okay. Ooh. And it came with this delicious hard candy as a fun little goodie there. And then what I got, which is also very funny, I will tell you a funny story to accommodate or to compliment this thing, is so, okay, so for about a week, this was last week, today is like September 9th. Now, 2 Wednesdays ago, my tongue started to feel weird. And it felt burny. Like, you know when you drink like your tea and it's too hot and you get that burning? Well, it felt like that, but it like never went away. And it had been like 3 days and then 5 days. And then at 7 days, I was like, this isn't right. And so I was like, oh, well maybe, like, what did I eat last Wednesday? Because that's when it started. And I was like, well, I had a baked potato. Maybe it was too hot. And so I thought I had burned my tongue. And then I was like, oh, well, maybe it was my bean dip because I made bean dip. And I was like, maybe that was too hot. But then that same night, I had this beautiful watermelon. And I'm a watermelon fiend. I live for watermelon. It's like one of my favorite fruits. I think it's like in top 5 for sure. And I was eating it for my dessert because I'm a healthy girl. Not really. It's just,
she just likes watermelon.
I had already cut it. And it felt as if the burning had been exacerbated, and then my whole mouth was like itchy and kind of hurting. And I was like, and then I texted my best friend Michaela, who is like a newish knitter. She's now in like her 2nd week ever of physician's assistant school, so she's now my medical professional. And I was like, can I be allergic to a food would that make my tongue burny? And she was like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, I think it's my watermelon. And she's like, throw it out. And I'm like, but it's a good watermelon. And like, you know, sometimes watermelons hit or miss, right? And so I was like, okay, hear me out. What if I just eat the entire rest of the half of the watermelon tomorrow and then eventually it will dissipate? She was like, no. She's like, how can I give you medical advice if you don't listen to me? And I was like, I thought you were just giving me suggestions. So I stopped eating the watermelon. I just ended up bringing the rest of it to school, and my students and the rest of the office just chowed down on it, and they actually complimented me on my selecting a watermelon skills. So I'm like, thank you very much. So I've convinced myself that it was just that one particular watermelon. So I'm gonna test this theory on a different watermelon, maybe in a couple weeks or so, but I guess watermelon season will be over, but it's okay because my tongue does feel better now.
Because she stopped eating the watermelon. She texted me and Mom too, and we're like, stop eating the watermelon, dude.
But then Guess what came in the mail?
Oh my god, is it a watermelon?
It is a watermelon cupcake
so cute.
stitch marker. Look how cute that is. Could you just die?
That is really cute.
Right, and I was like, it literally came like on Thursday, which was the day I had to like relieve the watermelon from my home. So, Tiddly Bakes, super cute. So I guess this is the watermelon I know that I for sure can have. So here we are. Thanks for watching this fun snippet, and I don't know if we've tacked more things on at the end, but if not, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.